Now, honestly, I have not been living on my own for a long time, but you definitely have to watch your spending. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how I practice my frugality. What's up? I'm Brandon Young. On this channel, I teach you how to make, save, and invest money and how to live a frugal life. So if you're new here, consider subscribing and don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss a beat. Now, the first thing on this list is going to sound a little trivial, but this has unlocked a lot of money for me, and that is starting a budget or managing your budget. Do you know what you pay in rent or mortgage every month? Do you know the cost of your utilities? Do you? If you're having trouble answering this question, you may have a big problem on your hands, because this is something that you should know. Having a budget on hand allows you to pull money that you didn't even think that you had. Because one of the major things that I like to tell people is a lot of times you're not broke. You just don't know how to manage your money, or you don't know where your money is actually going. Honestly, I can say once I actually started a budget, I started to realize where exactly all my money was going. And I was able to take that money and put it into concrete things that I actually wanted to do, like putting it into investing or saving up for my future real estate projects. The next tip that I have on this list is to try a spending freeze. Now, this one may sound a little bit scary, but hear me out. Now, what I want you to do is to take a look at your bank account statements and compile a list of non-essential items that you have bought over the last 3 months. And there should be a decent amount of stuff on that list, the things that you could have lived without. Now, what I want you to do is add up the amount of money that you would have saved if you did not buy any of those items on that particular list. Now, taking a look at that list, wouldn't you have loved to save that amount of money that's on that paper? I know I would have. Honestly, the biggest way to save your money is not to spend it at all. So try to cut down on the amount of non-essential items that you buy, and you will see the amount of money that you have flourish. Now, tip 3 is to make do with things that you have in your everyday life. Sometimes we continually buy new things, or we're trying to look for the latest gadget, and we have something that is perfectly good right in front of us. Sometimes we need to just be content with what we got and try to be creative with the things that we already have on hand. When you see the latest gadget, doesn't necessarily mean you always have to go out and get it. My 4th frugality tip is to start to do without. Now, this one may be a hard pill to swallow, but a lot of those services that you have, like streaming services, cable, new iPhones, listen, nowadays these services are deemed necessary, but you don't actually need these. And a lot of households nowadays, they'll have multiple services. So they'll have multiple streaming services, Hulu, Netflix, Stars, HBO, all of the above. And all you really need is pretty much one. I'm pretty sure cutting down some of these services, your life wouldn't change as much as you think it would. Ultimately, you need to stop buying as a status symbol or trying to buy to keep up with the Joneses. Buy what you actually need and stop getting non-essential items. My last frugality tip is to be frugal and not cheap. Now, I may lost a couple people there because they kind of feel like frugal and cheap is the same thing, and that is a certain misconception because it is not. Being frugal does not mean that you don't necessarily spend a lot of money. Frugal people do buy high quality items, but the thing is they buy those high quality items so they don't need to buy that item anymore for their lifetime. You want to always go for the item that provides the longest or the best quality for your dollar, so you don't have to keep necessarily going out there and replacing this item. You want it to last as long as possible. Getting something cheap isn't always good. It may feel good for the time being because you got it at a lower price, but if you have to keep going out and replacing that item long term, you're gonna end up paying more money than you would have if you just bought a high quality item in the first place. But are there any items that you would add to this list? Let me know in the comment section below. Watch this video, go subscribe here. I'm Brandon Young, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.